In the name of the one, holy and undivided Trinity, amen. Please have a seat. It's so nice to see you. To heal us and to help us. God sent us a word. It's a bit of an odd present. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Which Word? Sometimes I picture this like God made a protest sign with marker that just has one word on it, right? Like rejoice or obey. It's like, which word, right? Maybe even on Christmas morning, ta-da! But it's not quite the kind of word that Jesus is it? The capital W word. Let's think about little w words for a second and their particular brand of magic. And we know that words contain their own magic, right? We can think about something as simple as the placebo effect. You can give someone a pill. Say it is something. Use some words about it. Someone gets better. There is a certain magic to words. And yet, we are told that Jesus is not just a plain word spoken. Jesus is some kind of capital W word that has a little something different, a little play, something happening between human and divine, with God and God at the same time, in a baby form, like our friend Estella. Okay, this is not in the sermon, but did you just hear this right in the Hebrews reading? She is the reflection of God's glory and the exact imprint of God's very being. She is, isn't she? It's so nice to have a baby at the late service. We don't always get that. Is there a way we can understand this kind of word come to us in a child? I think the first thing that we have to do is acknowledge that we are fumbling, that there is nothing in our faltering, half-formed speech that can or will ever adequately describe what has happened with this child. So we have to turn to the wilderness of metaphor and analogy, and perhaps it's like this other thing. And I think that one way we might think about this different kind of word that Jesus is in a way that we already understand different sorts of words, a word that is both itself and something else. The difference between the spoken word and the sung word. Think about the difference between a sentence stated and the power of a hymn that is very dear to you. Or your favorite power ballad, the one that you always sing along to in the car. Our forebears in the faith understood a little something about the sung word and the ability of a song to communicate something beyond itself. Even though it is made of the same simple words as our plain speech. In our reading from Isaiah, we hear, "Listen, your sentinels lift up their voices. Together they sing for joy. For in plain sight they see the return of the Lord to Zion. Break forth together into singing, you ruins of Jerusalem. For the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. In this psalm we say, sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. Shout with joy to the Lord, all you lands. Lift up your voice, rejoice and sing. Sing to the Lord with the harp and the voice of song. Think of the difference between speaking the words, silent night, and what happens when we sing them together at the end of this service every year. There's a reason that on festival days like today, we up the music. We sing and we sing and we sing and we sing. I have been playing with this idea all week of Jesus as the song sung by God to a fractured world. The way we sing to children when they are restless and cranky, and we sing them something and it calms them. There is just something that calls to the deepest part of us in song in a way that spoken words sometimes just cannot touch. We know that song brings people diving into dementia back from the dead sometimes, back from the void, for reasons we don't entirely understand. Sometimes we sing when we can't do anything else. We sing in anguish. We sing when we march in the streets. We sing when we're happy. Maybe this little child is the song, that word infused with something else, that God is singing to us in the midst of whatever brokenness is happening in our heart or in the world. And a song doesn't make the night any less dark or less long. A song doesn't make the challenges in front of us any less daunting. A song doesn't mean that the person we love hasn't died. But something happens when we sing, when we participate in that mystery of the word, where we release it in our bodies, and it becomes both part of us and bigger than us. We participate in the reality that this baby born to us tonight is both word and song, both a child and something more than a child. I wonder in your memory if you have songs that connect you, that tether you to certain moments in your own life, your own family, or your faith. I have very clear memories of my dad shushing me whenever me and Bobby McGee came on the radio. So we could never talk. My dad singing his heart, this old gruff Alaska fisherman, singing his heart out with Janice about freedom. What are yours? What are the songs you sing to your children or grandchildren? Or the song that you can hear that can make a first date 50 years ago come back with vivid force? Or the song that when you hear it, at that moment, it's Christmas. The mystery that we celebrate tonight is like that. In the beginning was the song, and the song was with God, and the song was God. We welcome tonight Jesus. the Holy Child, the song of God.